guys, and welcome to my channel, Blissfully Single Bean. I'm your homegirl Bean, and I'm your blissfully single and tired one. Have you guys ever had a day where you felt like you got so much done, but not enough done? I have one of these days. I woke up fairly early for me on a Sunday, did the laundry, did groceries, cooked a Haitian dinner, and child, shout out to my Haitians. Y'all know these Haitian dinners, they take a while to make. So it's like, all right, I got so much done. Oh, I worked on a blog post and I finished it, honey. In an hour and 15 minutes, I wrote a blog post. But it's like, damn, there's still so much to do. But anyway, this is one of those days. Oh well, c'est la vie. Tomorrow's another day, and I'll get that shit done then. Real Housewives of Potomac, honey. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Potomac? Potomac. Potomac? Potomac. I don't know, child. All I know is Real Housewives of Potomac is the most underrated Real Housewives franchise. I'm telling you this. I watched Atlanta, Beverly Hills, and Potomac is my third series that I'm watching, and Potomac is the one that I've enjoyed the most. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was quite garbage, it's to say the least, but I'm not going to go into that. Potomac. We open this episode with Candace. She's at home. She's cleaning. And I really felt bad for her because she's trying to come to terms with everything that happened between her and Monique. And you can tell that this was something that was really traumatizing for Candace. And watching that scene, I'm thinking, Candace is not a person that's gotten into many physical altercations, if any. Although she talks tough like she's ready for it, I don't think she's about that life. So it's kind of sad to see her trying to wrap her mind around everything. Oh, my hand is so ashy. Let me keep it off the, hold on. Very, very ashy. Oh, child. You see Candace trying to come to terms with everything. And again, I'm not going to put 100% on Monique like all these ladies are doing. And the only reason why these ladies are doing the most and ganging it up on Monique with this situation is because they don't like Monique. Robin doesn't like Monique because I feel like at the essence of everything, Monique represents everything Robin wants, and she felt like she should have had in life, and she doesn't. And Giselle hasn't liked Monique since second season when she tried to come at Monique and call her homeless, and Monique said, actually, I own 4 homes. So that dynamic right there, but nice and moisturized. But seeing Candace in that space really did make me sad. Monique is talking to Chris, and she's playing with that cute little baby of hers. I don't know how they tried to kind of conjure up this whole rumor that Monique was pregnant, but not with her husband's baby. That baby looks exactly like her husband. Child, try again. But anyway, Monique is talking to Chris, and Monique wants to meet with the girls because she feels like there's an elephant in the room. And at this point, Monique wants to move forward. But here's the gag, Monique. Nobody wants to move forward with you. And when I say nobody, Giselle, Robin, and quite seemingly, judging by this episode, not Wendy. The fact is, Monique, they don't like you. They don't see it for you. They've been trying to get you out since season 2, and Monique was stupid enough to play into Giselle and to a lesser part, Robin's scheme. And she put herself in a compromising position by beating Candace up. So I'm so sorry that Monique put herself in that space. But point blank, you can meet with these women all you want. But Monique is trying to move forward. These women want her out of the damn show. Anyway, she calls Karen from a get-together. Karen's house is the safe space. And we can meet here so that we can talk and hash everything out. She calls Candace and lets Candace know this is what Monique wants to do. She wants to meet with the girl to explain her side. I'm calling you so that you can have an opportunity to explain your side. Candace says, I will not be in attendance. Thank you for the invite. But Monique is violent. She's dangerous, and she's unpredictable. I'm like, bitch, Candace, stop. Candace, you're not going to sit here and act like you didn't have a role in all of this. She's talking about Monique is unpredictable. She asked Monique to drag her. Monique dragged her. That's the very definition of predictability. You asked for something and you got it. I do feel bad because Monique really did wop, babaloo, bap, bat, bap, boom on top of that head. But Candace, please stop acting like you didn't agitate that lady. Girl, stop. Robin gets to Karen's house looking a hot ass mess and basic as hell. I was trying to understand the sweatsuits and the knockoff Timberland boots with heels. The look just didn't come together for me. Robin, you and Giselle really need help in the style department. That's all I'm saying. Giselle arrives with security. I'm like, Giselle, jeez. Even Robin had to laugh at Giselle's stupidity. Bitch, why do you need a security guard? Giselle's all of 6'5", 6'6". Giselle's been asking for smoke from Monique since season 2, and now she needs a damn security guard. Like anybody was trying to lunge after Giselle's ass, when all in actuality, Monique really should have reserved one of them punches for Giselle's ass, because Giselle was the whole mastermind behind her conflict and Candace's conflict. And again, I will not stop expressing my disappointment for the fact that Monique allowed Giselle's impish ass to take her there. I just cannot. But anyway, even Robin was laughing at Giselle's dumbness in that moment. Before they get there, Wendy eventually shows up. I believe Ashley shows up before... Yeah, Ashley shows up before Monique. Everybody shows up before Monique. So they're having a discussion about this. Of course, Robin is the first to chime in. Robin says that Monique paid bloggers to release a story, and the way that Monique releases a story, it was shifted in her favor. So Robin believes it was, someone Monique paid, or one of Monique's lackeys. I'm getting tired of this whole narrative with Robin talking about Monique paying somebody to do something. Maybe these bloggers like Monique over Candace. Girl, I can't. Girl, just because you don't like her and you feel inferior to her and you want her off the show, and child, she made you feel bad once upon a time for being all poor, broke, and destitute with wine. Girl, stop. I am tired of it. Wendy chimes in about this black woman narrative. When you fight like this, you're feeding into the black women aggression stereotype. Well, hold on, Miss Thing. Hold the hell on. When you call Ashley a whole fake bitch 2 episodes ago, were you not being aggressive? Were you not feeding into the narrative? Let me ask you something. Miss Wendy, Osafeo, Osaduo, Osawet with the lips. Let me ask you something. Why is it that black women have to represent all black women and white women don't have that burden? As black women, we fight. We're all aggressive and we're fighters. White women who be fighting on Jerry Springer, the Teresa Giudices, what's she from? Real Housewives of New Jersey. She can flip tables. She can push Andy. Who the hell pushes Andy? And they don't get labeled the same way. Don't put this shit on Monique as if you didn't sign up on a show where the very definition of anti-black woman is there. Well, the damn drama and bitch calling. Wendy, with the lisp, have several seats. And though I'm impressed by the fact that you're a CNN correspondent and a professor with that lisp, it's still the hypocrisy for me. Boop, boop. Ashley jumped in because Ashley, of course, Ashley and Karen were the only ones that were really not here for the Monique gang up. And Ashley said, when men act up this way, why isn't this, all men are the same kind of narrative? And Ashley, that is a good damn question. I will say I recently binged on all the seasons of Real Housewives of Potomac. And I will say up until this season, I could not stand Ashley. But I think motherhood has done something to her that really softened me up to her. Because I'm like, during this whole gang up sit down, Ashley really was the only one that was making sense. Candace goes to Dr. Ken to talk, her therapist, and Dr. Ken's asking her all these questions. Does she take any accountability? And Candace says she didn't do anything to deserve it. And while, child, in an ideal world, we should be able to communicate with our words and not our fists. But at the end of the day, people are human. And when you taunt people and ask people for a good dragging, sometimes you get what you want. Ask Kenya Moore. Monique finally gets there, and here's the gang up. Like, again, I'm not saying what Monique did was right, because Monique was dead ass wrong, and I hate the fact that she played into Giselle's whole plot to get her off the show, because I really believe that's what it was. I really believe Giselle had this cockamamie scheme to spread this rumor about Monique's baby not being hers. That didn't work. And then now Giselle's puppet masters in the back of the scenes creating this friction between Candace and Monique, which eventually resulted in Monique putting her hands on Candace. I hate that you played into her hands, Monique. But, you know, Monique is starting to talk. She's getting emotional right away. She says, you know, this is not who I am. I don't want to be defined as, you know, someone who made from my mistake. And I understand that, because you made a mistake. You put your hands on her, and you shouldn't be defined by that. But girl, that was one, you know, a hell of a mistake. So she's going back through the steps. At one point she says that she doesn't remember, or she blacked out, and here comes Shady Productions. Shady Productions, run the tune, DJ. And then we see Monique, you didn't black out. You know exactly what you were doing, girl. Girl, I like you, but Robin jumps in on her high horse as if we didn't see a couple of seasons ago her putting them fingers to Ashley's face like this, as if we didn't see a couple of seasons ago her wanting to put Ashley in a fucking headlock, as a couple of seasons ago we have not heard her say she wanted to fuck Monique up. But she's coming in on her high horse about, you know, how Monique did not act appropriately, and, you know, she's what she said? What her and Giselle say? Her and Giselle talking about she's not setting a good example for her kids. Now, she didn't say this to Monique's face, because Monique wasn't trying to catch another charge. But before Monique came in, Giselle and Robin were talking about, oh, she's not setting a good example for her children. And Ashley said, listen, she made a mistake. That doesn't mean that she's not a good mother. And here Giselle goes, that's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. So, Giselle, let me ask you a question. You just took a man back, a man who, by your own father's accounts, has 6 to 7 baby mothers, a man who is slinging his dick all through the East Coast, a man who accepted a preaching position in Atlanta about a year ago, and now has a child who is about a year old. So as soon as he got to Atlanta, he was slinging that dick. You taking him back is a good example for your daughter. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, because it sure don't. And shout out to Giving You the Real Tea, honey. The Real Tea. If you don't follow him and you like these reviews and you like pop culture and you like these shows, follow Giving You the Real Tea. Giving You the Real Tea had a live video up earlier today, and there were snippets from interviews from Jamal Bryant defending pedophilia. He said, I'm loosely quoting, but it was his voice, so I can't say allegedly, right? But Jamal Bryant was going on about, you know, if a 42-year-old man is in love with a 16-year-old woman, then what are the parameters of that? So, Giselle, all right, serial cheater, serial baby father, he's making all these broken families, and he might possibly be into pedophilia. That doesn't tarnish your image. That doesn't bring your image down in front of your daughters. The fact that Monique was fighting with Candace does. Bitch. But anyway, doing this whole gang up, they were pissed because Monique still had an era by herself where she was condescending. I think Giselle and Robin's problem was the fact that Monique didn't come across as broken. She still didn't come across as she was trying to kiss anyone's ass. And Monique wasn't remorseful. Which is messed up on her end. But you can't draw those feelings out of people if they don't feel it. They're trying to browbeat an apology from Monique that she's not ready to give yet. They're trying to browbeat feelings from Monique that she's not there with it yet. She's not. And then when everything wraps up, Karen and Monique are talking, and Karen sums it up in this nice, beautiful bubble, how Monique needs to get help, and Monique needs to get to the root of why this happened. And then Monique hugs Karen and says, well, and Candace shouldn't be egging people on as well. So you saw there was no accountability there. But at the end of the day, Robin has no place to talk. Giselle and her giraffe-ass neck has no place to talk. And Wendy, Miss Newbie, Wendy has no place to talk, because all of these ladies have had their moments of aggression on the show. Robin, bitch, you walked up on Monique. And that's why Monique had to almost choke you the hell out with that umbrella. Like, stop playing. It's the audacity for me. It's the nerve for me. Giselle, ooh, I hope your tea comes out during this season because you are just low down. When I was binging Real Housewives of Potomac, I was delighted by Giselle's messiness. Now, Giselle reminds me of the type of woman I hate and the type of woman I've grown up with. These pastors' wives who sit on a pulpit and they look down on you when their whole lives are in Schitt's Creek, but they want to sit there and judge you. Pastors' wives, listen, I've only been a member of 1 or 2 churches in my life, and I've never seen a pastor's wife who was loving, who was open, and who represented the ideals of Christ and the Bible. They've always been like Giselle, pot stirrers, holier than thou. And I'm looking at Giselle like, girl, I can't stand you. I hope some real tea comes out. Real tea comes out. And Monique, get it together. What's bothering me about Monique is that she really doesn't feel bad about whatever went on. Like, she has no remorse. Girl, get it together. Even if you have to fake the remorse to keep a check, girl, do what it do. Well, that is it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please follow me on my platforms on Instagram and Twitter. My platforms are, my handle is Beans for Reezy. So I hope you guys have a blessed week. I'll see you guys in the next one next Sunday. All right? Peace out.